Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the GR Wisdom channel. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry I'm starting too late. Oh, so late this evening. All of you guys who may be tuning in tonight, and shout out to everybody who may be watching this video later. Thanks for clicking on the video and tuning in. And you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you don't mind, along with the bell. Homie Mustache, what's happening? If you don't mind, I'm gonna just get right into it. I meant to do this video yesterday, but covered it tonight. I was on a live chat earlier, so that's why I'm kind of late starting this evening. But you guys will check it out and catch it. So I'm doing this video based upon one of my subs, or either a young lady, I'm assuming, she commented on one of my videos, and the name of the video was based upon was titled "What Men Actually Want from You at the end of the day," from a woman. And that's basically, bottom line, is femininity. Some men I've heard. I just got off a chat where I basically brought that up because a lady asked, "What is it that men want from us, American women, so to speak?" And I replied with the same thing in this chat and someone else's. So this other one of the other guys on the panel that I was on, he basically said, it's not so much femininity, it's just a woman listening to what we have to say, letting the man take charge and letting the man be a man, and her following the man, which I can see where he's coming from, but not to be simping, but in order to be in line with a woman, that man needs to be fit to lead, and if he's not fit to lead, then you shouldn't be with the man anyway. So that's just my thing. So anyway, this lady, this woman commented, and she said, she was like, thank you. I'm gonna read you what she said here. She said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've been trying to figure out why I'm so stressed all the time. I have been working and going to school most of my adult life. Finally finishing my PhD this year. PhD. If all goes well, she'll be finishing her PhD. And if you're watching this, shout out to you. The outside world is harsh. It's not for everyone. Watching this video, I realized that my future husband will not fall in love with me based on my career and income." She goes as far as saying it's a man's responsibility. But I'll get into that later as far as it being a man's responsibility. "So sure, if I ever get married, maybe I can help supplement his income, but why stress?" Exactly, I feel you on that. No need. I feel like I can take a deep breath now and relax. Keep up the good work. Shout out to you. Thanks for commenting. You know who you are. I'm not going to say her name because, it is what it is. Her name is irrelevant at this point. So she was thinking, I guess, she was stressing out, as far as her saying it, she's stressing out about this issue about, the woman's about to get a PhD. Not to say that a PhD or a degree, as I've said before, equates to a job, much less a good paying job, or a good paying job, much less a job. But she's stressing out about that in order for her to be competitive, which I'm glad her head is in the right place as far as her wanting to be competitive, out here. But as far as a man, just to give women out there, a heads up, and this is not all men, because you got some men that are users and want to use women for what they have, their income a lot of times. But if you can have all the education in the world, but if you're not feminine and you're mean and you feel like that, basically you're trying to put that man in beta mode, and you're running a relationship, and not allowing this man to take lead as far as being a husband, then all the education in the world is not going to replace that at the end of the day. What men mostly desire for the most part. And I guess there can be a consensus on this, and we're not talking about the beta male, is a woman that is feminine at the end of the day. And this is a lot of times what Western society, or women in Western society, tend to overlook this, especially in America, and they focus more on the education. Now, there are some women who understand that getting an education, butterscotch, what's happened. Not so much in the African American community, but in the white community, they understand that having an education, they go to college to either become a professional or get married, not to compete with the husband. Which is what some women with degrees, their aim is to actually compete with the husband, when you shouldn't be in competition within the black community, so to speak. And in the Caucasian and white community, they understand that they're being marketable. They're more marketable by getting this degree and just going to college to realize that they're educated, and they will work or might work. But their first goal a lot of times is to, especially for some of these more prestigious colleges, is to get a husband by going to college with this degree set. But you have some women, as I said before, who look at it as a sense of competition or something to hold over a man's head, especially if his education isn't equal. But ultimately, he could be making more money than you at the end of the day. So she goes on, she says, I guess she had this in her head, or maybe someone told her this. She said, I realized that my husband will not fall in love with me based on my career and income. That is a man's responsibility. Any man who asks you for your hand in marriage should already have that understanding that he should be prepared to take care of you as a woman, and understand if you're asking for a woman's hand in marriage, it's not so much for he's looking for a helping hand, or you guys coming together as a team to build wealth, the wealth building process. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be, breaking your neck trying to provide for a man. But listen, man, you said, let me get on my chat here so I can read, because these messages fade very fast on here. Okay, you said, I'm trying to pull it back up. I don't know why it's not coming up. Normally they come right up. Let me pull up my chat. Sorry guys, bear with me for a second. I'm just trying to read the comments. I know a lot of you guys are in the chat. You guys can read the comments, but I'm just trying to read her comment, what she said just now, so I can address what it was that she said. She or he. I'm sorry if I called you I haven't looked at the name. Well, but listen, man, I'm assuming you're a female. You said you're correct. I have a friend who competes like that with all her men. She believes her degree is everything. Yeah. Well, if you have that attitude, unless she's taking care of these men, she's going to have a problem. She's going to have a problem finding a quality man, for that matter, if she feels that that's her leverage. You know what I mean? She grew up with her mom doing all the work with no man in the house. So she believes that's how it is. Yeah. And that was the topic of this chat that we had. The fact that many men go overseas, or search for love overseas, or leave overseas to find, to get this alleged femininity they're not getting in the States. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the way it used to be back. Now I would say it's almost, unless you're just completely wealthy, it's very difficult not to have a 2-income household. You know what I'm saying? But for a man, he shouldn't even ask a woman for marriage if he's dependent on her income. Like I said before, having a woman with a degree and she's able to make her own income, like I said, it's an asset. It's an asset. It's something to definitely look forward to. But if you're going into marriage for this woman to help you, then that's the wrong reason. And likewise, if a woman is going into marriage just for her to flash that, or be able to take care of a man, then that's another reason. If you're looking for love for that reason. So it's almost a lot of times it's an unwritten rule, and especially this young lady or this lady is at a PhD level, so she's been in school for a while, maybe even obviously she could be mid 20s, mid to late 20s, with a PhD. Not saying it's impossible, but she's uh may not made most of her life. She says she's been in school, so this is something probably new to her, and she probably hasn't had much time dating. So this concept of that society may be forcing on her that she should get married is something else. You said all her men, so I guess she ain't able to keep a man. Exactly. You hit it right on the head. I'm gonna read what Butterscotch said here. She said, in reference to her friend, you said all her men. She basically carries this complex into all her relationships with all of her men. So obviously, I'm assuming it's the same outcome, unless he's a simp, and I keep using that word, and he's dependent on her to take care of him. Then that's always going to be an issue. She does, but she is very into her career, which can be good. It can be good, but I mean, if you choose a career, if your career is that important, then you don't need to be in a relationship. To that point, I mean, and if that's something you're always throwing in a man's face, you know, like I said, it should be this is a partnership. It should be about building wealth. I know some men who are not going to take care of a woman while she spends his money. We're not going to take. I'm assuming you said you meant care. One of them I know says that the woman that he is with has to contribute financially. Yeah, the woman he's with has to contribute financially. Well, if she's not doing her duties, I mean, and this is me talking, as far as being feminine or being taking care of the household, and she needs to contribute financially. It has to be either or. You know what I mean? If she's not taking care of the house or taking care of, what needs to be done, then yeah, she needs to contribute financially. That's my opinion on it. I don't know any men like that in my family. Okay, Simply Deep, what's happening? Um, my mom had a choice if she wanted to work or not. She worked, but she is expected to take care of the house. Yeah, I mean, it's that's the way I look at it. You know, um, you either take care of the house or you can work. If you don't want to take care of the house, I mean, it's still certain things. That's the way I look at it. You financial on some stuff like that. You know what I mean? If you want to be independent, you're gonna contribute to these bills. I would say I know my daughter's mother probably watching this, but that's sometimes why our relationship won't work. Because you're not gonna not pay bills and sit on your ass. That's just my opinion. You know. Yeah, it's not, and I feel you. It's a pride thing where if you prefer to earn your own money, by all means, go for it. You gonna earn your own money, but you gonna pay some bills also. Crystal Jackson, welcome to the JR Wisdom channel. Welcome to the live chat. I think this is the first time I seen you in here. But you can make your own money, Butterscotch. But are you gonna contribute? You're gonna make your own money and you're gonna save it while the man spends everything on you, or spends everything on the household, and meanwhile you're not gonna clean up or contribute to the household. I won't say no if it's offered. I feel you. Yeah, that's all I'm basically asking for. I mean, you can work. I'm at the point now where I don't care if you work or not. I just need I just need someone to contribute as a whole, whether it be in the household or working. But we are gonna work on this and build this wealth and build this household together. You're not just gonna sit down and not do anything. Yeah, shout out. You're not just gonna sit down and not do anything. because I work and I still work around my house. Obviously, I have to. I'm a single parent, so it's different. But you're not going to work and just say I work and come home and not do anything. That's just me, and that's where I'm at in life. I'm at in life where if you're not able to contribute to the household and I'm the one cooking and all this and I'm the one cleaning and you're not doing anything but coming home looking at your cell phone, watching Real Hoes of Hollywood and all this other stuff, watching these TV shows. Hey yo, we got 10 people. Let me take a break. We got 10 people in here watching, or was 10, and I only got 3 likes. I know some people been in here for a while. Oh my goodness! Shout out Crystal Jackson. They appreciate that. Oh my goodness, she just got in here. She already dropping bread. Shout out to Crystal Jackson for that donation. Shout out. Um, yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, I had what it was 10. There's 9 in here now, and I got five likes. So go ahead and hit that like button. If you staying in here, why not? But if you're gonna do that, it has to be a joint effort. This is a team thing, you know. And you have an issue sometimes, which I've come into that issue, where you address these things and the woman gets an attitude, you know. With my ex, for example, I addressed it. Yo, we got to do this. Yo, let's go down here, do these dishes. Let's go down here. Let's clean the counters up. Let's mop and all that. She gets an attitude, while she's on the phone checking Instagram and shit like that. You know what I mean? My ex did not care. He was willing to take care of finances. I did the housework, but I also had my own endeavors on the side. She was raised she was the youngest of her mother's children, so she was spoiled. She was spoiled. So that's how that was. She was spoiled, and basically me already being in a relationship where I was in the married paradigm. I was used to things a certain way. So when I got in a relationship with her, I thought that she would follow suit when I got in a relationship as far as things that are done as far as raising a family, raising children, and keeping a household together. But that wasn't the case. So hence that's why I'm not in a relationship anymore. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate the sub, Crystal Jackson. I appreciate the donation. Like I said, what else was I going to talk about this thing here? Because I think I covered it all. Because I just wanted to answer, really address what it was that she was off of my the femininity video is what a man wants. She says, excuse me. I like a clean place, so believe that I'll be ensuring that my influence is seen around the house I live in. If I live there, it will be noticed for sure. If you have to tell a grown person how to be a contributing member of a relationship or family, it's a recipe for disaster, Crystal Jackson. But if you discuss these things up front, which I had another video where I think it was one of O'Shea's hangouts, which I was taught, obviously, you need to communicate what you desire of your mate up front. And I wrote down what it was that I expected of her, and I asked her to write down what she expected of me. If just to make sure it's nothing that both parties understand everything. You understand? I write this down, and I'm sorry it has to go to that sometimes, but just to make sure everything's clear, and I did that, and there was an understanding, but it didn't happen that way. So, and some women or some guys have never been in a family dynamic, so that's where you bring about, and you address that with them, or you try to bring them within this new paradigm that they're in. Some of y'all men want a woman who is barefoot and pregnant. Some do. But listen, my shout out. I appreciate that. You guys are really showing me love tonight. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. On this hangout, and it's only, my goodness. So Pakoya, you say some of y'all men only want a woman who is barefoot and pregnant. I I heard that some on another video I did or something. A woman said the same thing you said. You know what I mean? Some women, I mean, some men do just want a woman to sit at home and do nothing. But a woman does have her own identity. You know what I mean? It has to be one or the other, man. You know, it has to be one or the other. If that's the way she feels, then so be it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can't neglect home. At the end of the day, you can't completely neglect the home as a whole. Some women will say, "Well, I work also, so I shouldn't have to do this." You know what I mean? He says, "We don't care about what your job is for the most part. We fall in love with your personality, energy, and physical appearance." I mean, some women want to be stay-at-home moms. Some women want to meet a man that will. I've dated women actually like that want to be stay-at-home moms, don't want to work anymore, and things like that. I believe my ex had told me that. She was like, "Yo, well, if you do this, I don't want to work. I just want to sit home. If you need to be paying all the bills, and I stay home and do that." I doubt it. Just the same thing like what they'll say: if you put a ring on my finger, I'll start doing these wifely duties all of a sudden. It's not a switch that just happens like that. If you're gonna do it, you would already be doing it. You would already be doing those things that those quote unquote wifely duties. If that's what they want, then they got to make sure my feet are done. Goodness. And then what? There's nothing. Yeah, there is nothing wrong with wanting to stay home. I'm just saying there there are some women who do want to. There's some who don't. Some women are bored out of their minds sitting at home, and they actually want to work. You know what I mean? So I guess it's all based upon what you're used to. If you've been a stay-at-home mom all this time, maybe you might like it. Maybe you might hate it. Or if you've been used to being a working woman, and you are forced into being a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home woman, then you tend to get bored. And what do idle hands do? You know what I mean? So raising children is a full-time, full-fledged job. I agree. Damn, you helping your sister raise her 4 kids? Oh yeah, you did say something about 6 people in the household or something like that. Goodness. I'm about to go send the smaller ones to bed right now. Yeah. So it's a full-time job. I guess it's all based upon how you were raised up, what you actually see on TV, which is telling you how you should conduct yourself, and what you're hearing, which is another topic we touched on the hangout, from women who are unsuccessful in relationships, on what you should be doing as a woman in a relationship, even though they're unsuccessful. They may be in their 40s and haven't been married in 20 years or have never been married, and they're living either off the government or something like that, but they're telling you how you should conduct yourself as a woman. You know what I mean? Which is just beyond me. That was something that was a good topic, or a great statement that was made in the last hangout we did about an hour or so ago. You know, so don't let the degree is cool. Ultimately, that's what I want to talk about. Finish up because I don't want to keep this chat going too long because I end up talking too long on these things. So that's ultimately what I wanted to relate to all of those ladies that are, pursuing undergrad, graduate school, all these other incredible degrees that, because you get to the point where you feel like they're slim pickings. It's already slim pickings with men anyway. As you feel that what women say, either the men are, well, women outnumber men anyway, but they're either gay, they're in jail, or they already have someone. So there's already slim pickings as it is, and if you want a man with a college degree, then it's even more, it's even worse. You know what I mean? So it's just finding that person, And if a degree is an absolute requirement rather than a job or a career that where that person can actually take care of you, then or take care of a family or raise a family or a stand-up guy, which is some things you need to be looking into rather than just whether a man has a degree. I'm not telling you to get with a broke guy, but if you're just focused on a man simply having a degree or that your degree will get you a quality man, you know, that's a different subject. Bakoya says that's why men cheat because it's more women than men. Not true. I was gonna do a video on that, which I still might do tonight. It's not gonna be live though. Um, Not really on that concept, but the concept of the reason why men cheat on their wives, but they never leave them. That's what I was gonna do a video on. So men don't cheat on women because there's more women than men. That's not true. And at least in my estimation, it's the natural order of relationships, family, and advancement of society. That's all. It's all good. Abstract focus. What's happening, man? I guess you coming in because I've you coming in at the end of the chat. I guess the way I see it. Monogamy is natural for men. I think it's interesting. You're saying this. You said monogamy is natural. Crystal Jackson is natural for men. It's an interesting. Oh, it's not natural for men. Got you. Got you. Got you. Okay, I hear you on that. It's not natural until they get the until they break up with the woman they're in love with. Then that's all. That's the only one I want. So yeah, monogamy isn't natural till that point, and that's what really sorts it out until he gets her back, and he does the same thing all over again, right? And that's what y'all ladies be saying. He'll do everything to get her back, but he won't do anything to keep her. And that's the biggest complaint. He'll do everything to get her, everything to get her back after cheating on her, but end up doing the same thing over and over. So whose fault is it at the end of the day? Monogamy is or polygamy is it has its. I did a video on that a while ago, even though my channel's only been up for like 4 months. You know what I mean? I understand that it's natural order of society, but women are more capable than just popping out kids and supporting their husband. Not natural, but they should do it. The order. I made it. Like I said, I did a video on the polygamy thing, and polygamy has its its positives. But the first thing, obviously, and you can look at it from a religious standpoint, is that obviously women outnumber men. There was a time, obviously, especially during times of war, where a lot of men die off due to war. There are a lot of men who are homosexual. There are a lot of men who are, have AIDS and things like that. You're coming from a religious background, so that's why you feel that way. I'm coming from a religious background. Is that what you're saying? Or are you talking to someone else? But I'll continue on till you answer that. Basically, a man has to be fit to take care of if he's going to have more than one woman, as far as polygamy goes, to be able to take care of all these women instead of just dealing with a bunch of women. Many women may have be widowed or lost their husband, or maybe up in age where they're past, that point of, as they say, hitting the wall, and may need a provider. And like I said, even due to lack of men, they could, be assimilated into a family and be taken on as a wife of a husband, things like that, or just be taken care of by a husband who has the means and she doesn't have to work once again, like I said. That's another one. STD transmission, a lot less abortions, STDs, things like that. You know who the father of your child is. You know, women can do more than just pop out babies and please their husbands. Stand the true natural order of life. But that's just an argument that I was speaking on as far as that, which goes to the whole polygamy thing. And obviously women will bring up the counter argument of you know about them having multiple husbands and things like that. But that comes with its own consequences as far as the paternity. If she was to get pregnant, who's the child? you know Crystal Jackson says women are so delusional when it comes to the true nature of men. Crystal Jackson, I think I've read some of your comments, and you are like, sometimes you be talking like a dude. It's like other it's other women who comment on my videos, and they say stuff also, and I'm like, are you a man? Because you speak on stuff, and it's like you're in tune with a lot. Maybe you just follow a lot of guys in the manosphere, and be getting this good game. But there's nothing difficult about understanding a man. A man basically is a very simple creature, if you will. There's nothing difficult to figure out, as much as women would like to say, stuff like that. What about if a person just falls out of love or like with the person with whom they are in a relationship with and just want to be out of a relationship? As I always say, butterscotch chick, then go on about your business. If you no longer want to be in a relationship with someone, or you fell out of love, go on about your business. Don't stick around. I say this in a lot of my videos. I've seen men lead a somewhat polygamous lifestyle, but these men usually have a lot of resources. Exactly. That's what I was saying. I think like a man, but I am a woman. Oh, man. Well, hopefully you train up your sisters, out here about that. I want a wife that has your mindset, but at the same time, if I ever have a daughter, I don't want her to just be a flesh masturbation device to another man. That's why you have to train up your daughters if you ever have one. Give her the game early on what it is, which is what I plan to do if I live to see it when she gets that age. You can fall in love. You can fall in love. Love is a commitment. You can fall into lust though. The issue is that I understand the true selfish nature of women. Women are very self-serving and only want what they want. Hmm. Very well said. Some women, Crystal, I'm pretty sure that I'm not self-serving. Well, not all the time. Yeah, I had an offline. I heard you give your whole ideology on relationships, butterscotch. Yeah, because of ego, but women tend to overcomplicate what like it's hard to figure out what a man is about. There's nothing difficult about a man. Most women only want children, and the man comes second, even at all. And there's oftentimes where women just want the man, but they have the children to keep the man. You know what I mean? So that happens a lot too. Or some women will give up their children just to be with a man. You know, it happens like that. You know what I'm saying? But this hangout has been real. I'm surprised. I'm getting this. We had a lot of interaction, unlike the past few nights. Third or fourth, if she has pets. Oh man, yeah, that's some ill stuff, man. But who knows if we'll ever, if man and woman was to ever come to a direct understanding overall as a group, as a whole, what would the world be like if everybody was in synchronicity? You know, how would that be? Imagine that if man and woman was in synchronicity. Even more so, obviously, in the black community, if man and woman was in synchronicity. Imagine that. You know what I mean? So it's been real, folks. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I think I've covered everything because there will be no drama. Yeah. You are exactly right. It'll be bored because there'll be no drama. Everybody's happy. There has to be conflict and drama, right? So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. We've been talking for like 35 minutes on here. It's been real. I thank you, all you guys, for tuning in, making the chat live tonight. All the donations, Bellissima and Crystal Jackson. I appreciate you guys. Subscribing, tuning in. The donations is great. I want to start doing these hangouts on here. I've talked to a few of you guys about doing hangouts on here. That way we can get some dialogue going on. Different perspectives and things like that. You know, and really do some different things on this channel is what I hope to do. So like I said, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe, hit the bell, download the app. If you haven't downloaded the YouTube app, that way you automatically get that notification on there whenever I do live. Check me out on social media. The link is in the description right now. You see it there, Instagram, Facebook, the business page, the credit repair, all that good stuff. Check me out on Amazon. Check out my books on there if you got the time. Ebooks and paperbacks are there as well. The Well of Wisdom link for any donations. Shout out to everybody. Anyway, if you feel like it, throw a couple coins in there. And it's been real once again, folks. Remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. And a vision without action is merely a dream. So shout out to all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a cool night. I'm probably going to put a couple classics. I'm not going live anymore tonight, but I'm going to put up a few videos. So y'all make sure y'all check those out. So peace be upon you all and the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.